Game number 2. Hello and welcome, guys. It's the ZOTAC Cup. It's the finals in this best of 5. I'm Rifkin, joined today by Blisk, and I want to talk about the Mothership Core a little bit before we do player introductions. Alderon127 brings up a good point in chat, something that not only I've seen on Reddit multiple times, but I firmly believe. And Blisk, you're a Protoss player, so I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I am curious about this. What are your thoughts on the Mothership Core's vision? The range of it, rather.
You know, I never put much thought into it until you pointed it out today, so I'm glad to have it, I guess.
It literally has the most range. There's no unit in the game. Yeah. There's no unit that I know of that has more vision available to it than the Mothership Core. Google that stuff, find out, and someone do some math for us. But I'm pretty confident in saying it's got like the most absurd amount of vision, and that's what really aids so much power to it. Like, not that push, and it's a bad reference point, but it has been brought up in chat, and I think it's worth touching on because it's a good point of discussion. Like, the Mothership Core is supposed to be a defensive unit with its recall and the photon overcharge, but you see it like in that scenario, it provides the high ground vision. It's got this abusive range to it. I don't know. It's an interesting look at such an innocent unit. Anyways, without further ado, guys, spotting the top right corner of the map, he's red, he's Protoss, he's leading 1-0 with his best of 5. Give it up for Arthur.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the purple, the Terran, Diestar. And you're right. Actually, Mothership Core has 14 sight, and Overlord, which was the next thing I could think about, was 11. So much wow. Yeah,
it's not something you really notice when you're playing, because let's be honest, you're not sitting there looking at it, but when you're an observer and you like zoom out once and realize that like you still got the whole map vision.
I honestly had no idea air units had different how do you say, like sight range, like range of sight. I had no idea they had different range of sight. I thought all of it was the same. So like if my mothership was standing somewhere and an Overlord crossed his path, I know that the Overlord has scouted something else. So today I played so much StarCraft, Korean GM, but I never noticed.
Arthur misscouted. He dipped in, but not deep enough. So I think he thought he scouted the base, but unfortunately, that
happens so much
on 4-player maps, especially. Yeah. But like, oh my god, the big thing too. Well, I guess it would only happen on 4-player maps. What am I saying?
You know what's the weirdest thing? Like, even for the top hand corner, like top left hand corner,
he didn't go enough. Yeah, he didn't go enough. So this is gonna hurt Arthur a little bit because of 2 reasons. One is the fact that this was a multi-racks opening. This is more defensive than offensive, I feel. Typically you go 3 racks if you go gasless. Diestar did go command center first, so if you're expecting oracles, you need 6 marines at each mineral line. This is how you get it done. But Arthur's not going for oracles. He's not gone for an expansion. He's getting I gotta call it. I don't think it's gonna be Blink. I think it'd be Dark Templar this time.
Him adding on 2 gates though?
Okay, well maybe not. Well, you said 3 gates, but it'll probably be Blink, yeah, with those them coming down so early. We'll see what he does.
Like, this is a bad Blink map, so why not do it on 1 base? That'll make it effective.
The other thing that's really not gonna pan out too well, I feel, is because Diestar open with so many racks, he's gonna have a lot of marines, which, okay, granted, are not the greatest against stalkers that can kite them around. But when you blink into the main, you can't do a lot of kiting around.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna rely on. Well, the fact is, if he has high ground vision with that many stalkers, if Diestar does decide to build a bunker or wall it off, he's gonna easily snipe that off with stalkers on the low ground, and then he could slowly move up. Like, he doesn't have to blink into the main, he could slowly move up and then just fight the marines head on kind of thing.
That's true too, yeah. Someone asking
interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick though, well, Arthur's moved out with this very aggressive force level 1 base. It's worth just answering real quick. Someone asked him what happened to Bly. He was currently winning 1-0 in the semifinals, then forfeited so he could play in the Go for StarCraft finals. Or semifinals or quarterfinals or something over there. Anyways, Marine will scout the pylon coming down. He sees a couple of stalkers, but 2 stalkers is not exactly out of the ordinary. But an additional 3 certainly is. Wow. But look at Diestar. He's ready. He's not.
Scout? Yeah,
I don't think he's scouted. I think he's just saying, screw it, I'm not dealing with this if that's going to be the case.
He scanned it and saw 3 gateways. And he knows you can't 3-gate on this map, so it has to be with a backup of Blink. and also the fact that he saw 2 stalkers at the bottom of his RAM. And wow, 4 bunkers. I can see Arthur still blinking in and running straight away to the natural, but that would basically deny him a way out.
Exactly,
Means he's
you
gonna
can't.
be stuck there.
Yeah.
That is why this map is horrible for blink. You can't really go blink on every single map, even though it's still very good of a build. But what he can do is gonna be target 1 bunker at a time.
Oh, he's trying to repair it.
He's really quickly.
Alright, so tears through 1 bunker.
Yeah,
Mothership core doesn't quite die. This is.
Oh, just blinks 2 stalkers there to kill those SCVs.
I like that actually a lot. Just a small
Diestar
account
just
like
said,
that.
Screw this, I'm gonna bring all my SCVs to deal with this. Is he gonna pick up the mothership core? He does pick up the mothership core.
But he's gonna lose a lot of SCVs for this. But that's okay because his opponent's on 1 base. So
and look at that.
He's trapped now with
One
these.
smart thing is that he's even sent some of his
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh. I don't think this is over yet. You know, never mind. I take that back.
I take that back.
Right, no, the stalkers towards the north.
Oh,
Didn't see those come in.
Extra stalkers.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Diestar's on even workers now at this point. This is really unfortunate for him. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that BM was kind of uncalled for, but let's be honest, when Blink comes at you as a Terran player, it just sets off all the alarms, all the bells and whistles. Looks like Marauders will finally clean this up out of the base, try to come down in the main. Again, without that mothership core, now there's only 1 point of entry, so it's a lot easier for Diestar to try and hold this.
Oh, does Diestar really want to hold this off? And I think he actually can. Look at the amount of Marauder he has right now.
He's good. He's got stim too.
Yeah. I think he needs to upgrade. Oh, he actually does have concussive shell. That's going to help him out a lot. But he needs to be careful of the amount of stim he's using right here. Because the more he stims, the less hit points his units have. And yep, not stimming that time. And Arthur already blinking out. So he's creating more bunkers here. Still ahead in Harvesters here. So I think Diestar might actually hold this.
This is, for Arthur, still locked into an all-in. But I don't think he realizes he killed enough workers. He could just expand at this point, right? Like 20 SCVs dead. He doesn't need to continue with the all-in. There's no upgrades for either player. There's no tech other than stim. I mean,
yeah, the one advantage he has if he expands is the tech advantage. Like, he can be still so dominant on the map. He can basically stand outside the 2 bases and wait for medevacs and then keep sniping units. But with the Harvester deficit and with the mules, I think Diestar might still like soar ahead in economy.
Diestar should 100% win this game, is what it's boils down to, in my opinion. Mothership Core is going to come forward. It's going to open another pathway to engage, but again, there's stim. There's a hell of a lot of Marauders. Each of these bunkers has 2. If he unloads them, he can take a straight-on fight without pulling SCVs, but if he pulls SCVs, he guarantees the victory in a fight.
Oh, Stalkers blink up. He needs to empty all the bunkers and...
Ooh, that time warp.
Oh,
that's a nasty time warp, yeah.
Time warp's always the thing that really scares the Terran, because your units move so slowly, and as to fight, it's basically like destroying an arc.
So with Diestar, I'm sorry to cut you off here, but like with 3 command centers, he can afford to pull SCVs, he can afford to lose SCVs. What he needs to do is get the mothership core again, so that the aggression is stopped behind this fully and entirely.
Oh, but he lost all the Marines.
That's actually really unfortunate. He may eventually clean up the stalkers, but
he blinks down to the low ground, which means all the stalkers are gonna die here. Oh, it blinks back up to the high ground. Oh god.
This is such an awkward fight. This is such a very awkward fight. But looks like he will hold once again. Another aggressive blink towards the ground, low ground. I mean, still, there's such a low amount of stalkers left. SCVs being pulled will deal with this even. Woodamine's trying to reposition itself here forward. It can one-shot the mothership core. It actually doesn't have enough health.
Arthur's actually gonna win this again. There's only 5 Marines left, and look at the bank of Diestar. He has nothing. Needs to drop mules once again, but
I don't know. I think Diestar's. I think he's still in this in a decent way. Again, he's got stim pack.
Yes, of course. He could still wait for enough units.
Oh, time warp is gonna sting.
Yeah.
He really needs to get rid of these stalkers is the problem, and it's not gonna be an easy way. The Widowmine, I love the positioning on that, by the way. But unfortunately, pushing through the main entrance once again. Diestar trying to get the mothership core, does get it in the end. 1 Marauder inside this bunker. No SCVs repairing it. Command center burning. Everything is just going to hell for Diestar. Oh, can he keep this bunker alive? No! Medevac coming out.
medevac out, but he does.
He boosts
he has
it.
no units right now. Yeah.
He kept the third command center alive though. So like again, like these SCV deficits are tough and they're rough and they're terrible, but he can replace them. Oh my goodness. Okay, well game number 2 gonna go to Arthur here. Blink.
If you saw my face right now.
I don't know what to say to that.
Imagine. Yeah.
We'll just put a hood on and wait for game number 3, guys.
I don't even think Diestar is Diestar even gonna play the third game.
I don't know, dude, to be honest. Guys, we're gonna quickly throw up a 30-second ad. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a sec. Map 3 will be Yansu if it's any map.